And at center stage, it's the Raiders' sure-handed wide receiver. He's over 1,100 yards receiving so far and looking for more. It's the Raiders and the Jaguars. Next on Madden NFL 24.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, they've been playing well, really well. Winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out. And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
They'll start on the ground. ETN. And he works free. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Their first play from scrimmage is a pickup of 13.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On first down, right back to ETN. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down. The numbers on the ground for ETN last week. 17 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown.
Sitting 10th in the league in rushing isn't bad, but it's also not as high as where he knows he should be with how talented he is. There's definitely another gear there, and hopefully their game plan gives him an opportunity to hit it and put together one of his best performances of the season.
Lawrence. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. You look at this Raiders defense.
Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
On third down, Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 39. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion, really good pickup.
Now Lawrence on first down. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
On first and 10, it's ETN. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Escaping the pressure right. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Etienne will get it into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. So now it's the Raiders' turn to go on offense for the first time. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
In his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. The numbers for him from a week ago: 14 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well.
And that score solidified his standing at the top of the touchdown chart. And right now, he's looking to finish this season strong with a few more.
Now Jones. Complete to his target, Jalen Hyatt. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 27 yards there, a first down.
And even though this is a top 5 rushing offense, and we see this especially early in the game, they're going to do their best to keep you honest. They don't want you getting the habit of stacking the box, so that's a good throw there, and they're able to come up with the first down.
The Raiders at 11-3 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing, Jones. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be
yeah, it was my fault. I was throwing a timing pattern, and they discovered it well.
Didn't
Good
get
play.
it done there.
Now Etienne to start the drive. Now they can't bring him down. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. And they'll go again with Etienne. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN.
And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Lawrence will throw.
And he coughed it up.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
That's getting reversed.
Here, remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll throw this out wide and complete it to Ridley.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
This 2nd and 4. Now Lawrence to throw.
And his throw is incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely frees up your guys elsewhere. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Lawrence.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Patrick Queen make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. This will be from 49 yards out. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage.
This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play here for Vegas. 44 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw. Jones, flush to his right. They'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. $10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here. As they come up now, 2nd and goal. Taylor will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Touchdown! Michael Mayer, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders have got it back to within a score.
Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Extra. Up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Jacksonville offense gets the ball back. Travis Etienne and company head back out there.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
And there was a good opportunity to just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Here's Lawrence. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Max Crosby. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Screenplay, here's Etienne.
And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line.
That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Returnable here from the 38. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Las Vegas' offense back out there, ready to go. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. To throw on 3rd down, Jones. Hyatt there to grab it. That almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Hubbard. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Right back to Hubbard. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Jones, a throw completed to Hyatt.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
Roger McCreary there to bring him down defensively.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Now 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. Jones. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches.
To the left side, there's Mayer.
Touchdown, Raiders!
Michael Mayer
With his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead.
On that third down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. A 10-play drive that time.
And it was finished off by a Michael Mayer touchdown grab.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
Now Lawrence.
And it's complete right back to Ridley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 2. They'll send Kirk in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line.
Now Lawrence.
A short throw to Ingram. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5.
Throwing quickly, this is caught by Kirk. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, He was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put him on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open.
Second down and 6 now. Here's Lawrence to throw.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down.
This one caught by Ridley. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw, Lawrence. He finds his man, complete. It's McDonald. That'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Operating from the gun, Lawrence to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Second and 10. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Lawrence going to throw again. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Automatic first down.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Back to throw again.
That's going to be caught by Bigsby.
No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw again. This is caught. Touchdown Jaguars. Evan Ingram, a 5-yard touchdown.
And the Jaguars will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point forthcoming. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays.
And Evan Ingram able to finish it off with a touchdown reception. This taken in at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
Josh Allen from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones to the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. They get 16.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Now Jones.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing Jones.
Completed to Hyatt.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Las Vegas. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And that will line up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that too, but it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence.
He's going to throw one up for the end zone.
And that's going to be incomplete.
So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll get started out at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see, currently, they trail in that ball game. Kenneth Walker with a couple of touchdowns there. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Broncos seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. One of the top performers in that first half was the running back Travis Etienne. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break. Both teams making their final adjustments before we get started once again. And for the call of the second half, let's send you back out to Allegiant Stadium and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. And the fair catch signaled for and taken, so they'll begin this third quarter from their 25-yard line.
Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Fielded at about the 28. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Jaguars go on offense first down and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll throw this out wide and complete it to Ridley. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up second down.
Handoff running left is Etienne. And he'll wind up taking this all the way down to the Raiders' 25-yard line. 84 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. On first down, Lawrence. His throw incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
On second down, a run with Etienne.
Oh, he shifts past him. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On third down, Lawrence.
And that will be incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
So it was a 3-point lead at halftime, and they double that with a field goal here.
And I think defensively, you've got to be okay with that because you've kept this game within a touchdown. Your hope is that you've inspired your offense to put a drive together, get in the end zone themselves, and hopefully get you the lead.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete. Now it's
just this quarterback just misses too many passes. I'm having a really hard time this year with him.
Throwing again. Jones. He gets this one to Hubbard, complete.
I actually saw him at the last minute. I was going to throw the ball away. I said, oh shit, the guy's Hubbard's wide open.
Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Jones on first down. He connects with Hyatt. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On second down, here's a run with Hubbard. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Jones from the gun on third down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jags are going to take possession here at their own 33. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the fourth quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
My receivers, they don't fight for the ball. That wasn't the throw wasn't bad.
He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively.
The receivers, they don't fight for the ball. Like they're fighting. They're fighting for the game. My team is just not. They're just like there.
That leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again that second score here in the third quarter. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Lawrence will throw. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And out across midfield down to the 45. 22 yards there, a first down. ETN up the middle. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's Lawrence. A very quick pass to Ridley.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll run with ETN. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down.
I like how I'm just focusing on the run after the halftime. I'm just focusing on run, and they're still just fucking running all over me. They're like handling my team. I'm going to lose this game.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Now Lawrence on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. From the gun, Bigsby. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Yeah, they're just like my defenders are playing after they catch the ball. Like,
I don't care how
he catches the ball here. Now we'll just decide to defend it. Like he's, you know, he's a yard behind him. I mean, it looks like he hit him at the same time, but he didn't. He just kind of like played it after the fact. But this game is lost for no load for me.
First down. And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
I'm gonna keep trying though. Try to stop him here, hold him to a field goal, and try to get it going in the fourth quarter. I'll give it a shot. I'll play to the end, but who knows?
Now Lawrence. Open man right side is Ingram. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Now Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about...
Isn't that a sack?
How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down?
I'm not even sure if that wasn't a fumble.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. When you think about it, that's a pretty important second-half field goal, Charles. That now stretches this to 2 possessions and really kind of ratchets up the pressure on that opposing sideline.
It certainly does, because that interception and adding a field goal to it, that puts them in firm control of this game right now. They're about one more big stop from putting this thing absolutely out of reach.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built... They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
From the 31, Jones, a short throw that's held in by Mayer. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Operating from the gun, Jones. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice
Devin, you probably shouldn't push me into the defender. Just saying.
Well, it's tough time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Back to throw, Jones. And
This quarterback's terrible. If I'm not fucking floating the ball so fucking slow, they can just go run up and grab it. He's throwing a fucking bullet over people's head. Like this quarterback, I don't know what the fuck's going on with him. He's just bad. I don't even give a shit about interceptions at this point. I think I'm gonna put Cousins in. Fuck this guy. I'm putting in my backup. You're fucking bench, bro. Like, I mean, he's costing me games.
It's Jaguar football here.
He's costing me games. I know I'm throwing in some tight windows and things like that, but it's like you should be able to, like these throws. It's like when I need him to fucking get it in there, he's just floating it. It's very weird. It's like if I hold the button to throw a bullet pass.
19 yards there on the catch.
If the computer wants me to throw a bullet pass, it'll throw it. But if it needs me just to fucking float it, it doesn't matter if I'm holding the button. It just floats the fucking ball up. It's just odd. He's got like a fucking noodle arm or something. I don't know. I mean, I know that Mac Jones isn't known for like the biggest arm, but Jesus Christ, he can't get the ball in anything, anywhere. Unless the guy is wide open. If he's wide open, the ball goes 100 miles an hour and 75 yards over his head. But if I need to get the ball in there, you know, he's trying to stick in her ass with one dick. It's just odd. I don't understand it.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. And one more time, here's Kirk.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 22-yard line. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. And he couldn't get that one to his man. Short of him, it's low and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
All right, let's go.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
11.
On play action, Lawrence. He completes it to Ridley. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Lawrence. Touchdown! Evan Ingram, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Jags look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Lawrence going to look to throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete.
Come on, guys. We want Kirk. We want Kirk. We want Kirk. Let's go.
Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
My team is fucking falling apart, man. It really is. I've got all the pieces in place except my fucking quarterback. I thought Mac Jones might be fine. I'll put him in for another year. I might try to replace his ass. I don't know. I gotta get someone that doesn't have a lip dick for an arm.
Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Cousins. And his throw here's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Meanwhile, Cousins, a throw completed to Hyatt. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. Trying to punch it in with Taylor. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him?
I mean, it's just, if you're not gonna, if the computer doesn't want you to win, it's just not going to happen. It's ridiculous. Whatever.
The turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. Clock's definitely on your side. And, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? The advanced win metrics? Because if you take care
I also, all of a sudden, can't stop anybody throwing the ball. Everybody throws the ball just 70%. Now they're running on me. My defense is just not playing well.
And knowing
I don't have many injuries, if I have any at all. Every team's fucking handling me. I'm playing teams like Washington, not doing well against them. I know they got a good front seven, but next game I'm gonna get back to running the ball. Just fucking run the ball down their throat and just see what I can do throwing. I might start Cousins. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the quarterback.
Tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, my defense can only be on top of their game so many games and carry the team for so long. I mean, I've got 6 carries or something like that with Jonathan Taylor. That's not how I normally play. So this loss is kind of on me. But these throws, like I said, these throws have just been good plays from the defender, and the ball's just floating in the air. It's just sitting there for 10 seconds, and they can run across the field and pick it off. It's just going so slow. There's no velocity to the ball, none. Like I said, unless the guy's wide open, then there's fucking Patrick Mahomes velocity, and it goes in the third row when he's wide open. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Is what is known as a put-away drive.
I don't mind losing this game, though. It is what it is. I don't mind kind of getting it as a wild card if I have to, whatever.
And not playing with fear.
I don't need to dominate every game, but this is just, we're getting smoked.
This into the end zone, a touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne.
Yeah, props, man. Jacksonville came in and fucking punched my ball sack really hard.
Closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And for them right now, not a done deal. They are holding down one of the final 3 wildcard spots with 2 weeks to go. But there are others, Charles, kind of nipping at their heels a bit.
And Brandon, it's always worth keeping in mind, and I have to keep writing it down for myself. Remember, it's 7 teams in each conference now making the playoffs. So that brings more important games to the end of the season. So in theory, more teams alive for a postseason berth later in the year.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down. Throwing, Cousins. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. It's second down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety.
This guy 23 is fucking awesome. He's all over the place.
Percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Again, it's Cousins. Flushed out right.
Yeah, Cousins even worse.
It's incomplete.
All right, well, we'll put Mac Jones back in next week. Leave Cousins in here, but this is just not good. We're just going to have to, I'm going to have to go to running the ball like 40 times a game. Just fucking pound the fuck out of people.
He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And he's going to be out of bounds, a few yards shy of the line to gain. And that's going to be a turnover on downs.
Red on red. Here we go.
They'll start on the ground, Etienne. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 138 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here.
That's what
as we
3
welcome you
interceptions
back.
and soft defense
And
looks
no
like.
doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. On the counter, ETN. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, they're going to go with the option. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, I will remember that, Jacksonville. When we meet in the playoffs, I'll fucking remember that. Fuck you.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Jacksonville, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, it's a loss that could wind up hurting a little as they fall now to 11-4. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin.